What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists, and welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series you put on in the background as you hobby or paint along with me as I ramble on about a load of crap usually. Sometimes it's hobby related, but I'll do my best. Anyway, Mansions of Madness. As you may recall, in the last episode of On the Bench, I was drilling holes in little plastic bottle tops to try and attach the models to for the bad guys so I can prime them, which is what we're going to do today. So let's get to that. Hey guys, so here we are on our bench of messiness. Bench of messiness, that sounds like a D&D artifact. I'm going to be using Vallejo's Surface Primer German Panzer Grey, primarily because I don't have that much black left. But that's the one I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a couple of old regiment brushes to do this. I'll use this little palette here. I'll put it over here actually to put the paint in. And got gloves on because I have a feeling this might get messy. So yeah. Alright, and hopefully my battery lasts in my microphone. That's another thing. I'm chancing it. If it goes, it will last as long as that. So I have faith though. So I'm just shaking this up for a bit. I'm going to put a bit of retarder in the pot there, just because I don't want it drying up too much. I'll put a little bit of, well, quite a bit of paint out for it. A lot of paint congealed around the lid here of this primer. Anyway, guys, so I didn't say it this intro, but you know, you need to grab your paints, brushes, models, paint along with me. Well, you don't have to, of course. This is your choice. I'm not making you, of course. Oop. Right. But if you want to do this thing, then that would be sensationally awesome. Now I was going to airbrush these guys. In fact, I still may. So I might leave them till last. And we'll go ahead and prime these dudes. This is the Rioters. Now I have washed all these, so they should be good to go. They, of course, once this is dried, the bottoms will need a quick prime over, which I'm probably not going to do on video, just because, well, I don't think there's any need to see me doing that. I mean, it's bad enough. It was bad enough drilling holes in them, but you know, just pick them off the lid and put a spot of paint or primer onto the feet or whatever. Don't think there's much cause for excitement there. You know, even less so. But this is the best way to get to know the miniature, I find, by doing it by hand. I may go back to those big ones. May do it. Do a spot of primer on their feet, and then see where I go from there, you know. So these rioters, they're just ordinary people. Well, obviously they're probably affected or something. Affected or infected, or both, I don't know. I think they're just ordinary people though, that just go, you know, go crazy, you know. So I'm going to have a look at this. The big guys, I'm priming the bottom of their feet. in between the legs here. So this is just literally a follow-on from the last video. I mean, I'm still here, same clothes, obviously. It's not coincidence. It's the same day. It's the same afternoon. I'm still on holiday. Well, hey. So in this respect, I can be on holiday for weeks at a time. Because I film them all at the same time or on the same day. I've been known to do many videos in one day before now. This is interesting, actually. Painting over this, or priming over this. Here. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, I like that. I primed the investigators in white, so I don't know. It's just something I like to do, you know. Have the main. I did the same with Zombicide, I believe. I primed them in white, the characters, and the zombies in black. But grey is good because black does hide detail, or it tries to hide detail from you. It's not actually hidden, but it's difficult to see, which I suppose amounts to the same thing. Well, you could argue that point, I suppose. The semantics and nuances of language, that's okay. Right. Look at this. I can get a feel for how I'm going to paint him then. So I'm just going to let that primer dry off. Yeah, I think it's a good call to paint them by hand. Right, on with the rioters. This is so reminiscent of Zombicide, it's untrue. Flashbacks of painting a gajillion zombies. This is nowhere near that number. I'm excited for this game, I really am, because, you know, like I've said in the last video, I'm excited by the solo mechanics. Like Zombicide has excellent solo mechanics. That's like the best I've ever seen in a game. So this, you know, it's got its work cut out to see if it can better that. And if so, you know, it's got a lot of expansions, which excites me too. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Obviously, it's doing well. Other games I saw over the years were the Ghostbusters one, I thought, and Alien vs Predator. I think that's got that annoying game mechanic of having to roll low for shooting. I don't like that. It just doesn't sit well with me. Oh, he's becoming unstable on his base. That's not good. These are just ordinary people, this back row here, the rioters. I think they're the only ones that are ordinary people. I think all the rest of them are like hybrids or monsters or whatever. I don't know about the cultists, actually. Can't really speak for them. I'm hoping when my wife gets home she's going to love her knitting book. The book I got. She knows about the other book, not the knitting one though. Bought her Jack Reacher, Lee Child's novel. She likes reading them. They're easy reading and pick up, read, and don't have to think too much about it. Just got the latest one of those, and it was a bargain because it's the latest one. It only came out end of last year in hardback, 20 quid new, and I got it for a pound in the charity shop, which is awesome. Right, okay, that's that. I'll do this snake thing now. It's just not sitting right on his. I'll do the best I can now. Obviously, I'll have to. I will have to. When that's dry, I'll take them off and just quickly prime the underside. I have to do that on all the figures, but I suspect there will be more of these to do. Good job I got the gloves on. So this is almost as boring as the last job, which was just drilling holes in. But that was something different. Don't get to do that very often. Look, what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. Difficult to get access to all the areas without putting too much undue pressure on angles of the miniature. So just gotta paint what you can. My wife just texted me saying there's nothing to do at work now. Yes. Strange moments of periods of not much work to do, which is odd. A bit like, well, mind you, I say that, get that in my work too. She's not used to that though. So I'm going to leave that on the white towel. Might just be simpler to do that rather than try and stick it back on its base. I suspect I'll have the same problem when I come to do the other one. Yeah, 12 minutes in. Battery's still okay, just. I'm on the last bar. The batteries last a long time, which is good. The only thing is, you don't know how much longer you've got on the last bar, because you think, it goes on and on, it'll be alright. I have been known to be on a video before, it just goes in the middle of it, because you do more videos than you realise. The batteries on my camcorder don't last long at all now. I think I'm probably at the point where I need to get another new one. Oh, gives you a backache, this. There's only 2 of these ghosts. These are called ghosts. I say he's in chains a bit like Jacob Marley from the Christmas Carol. So of course you can paint this however you want, but if I see any artwork for it, I'm going to copy that, because it just makes a bit of sense. You've got minimal art on the cards that come with these, with the stats on. Oh, this little thug guy here now. Brought my bin back in because it was the day they empty the bins, Tuesday. So it looks like you gotta be quite careful of this guy when you're priming him. I shall probably have to work out each model how to go about the best way of painting said model. Sounds like my neighbour in the garden. Come off his holder. So he's going to be. They are going to be problematic. I can see that. Looks like I'm going to have to put him on white paper too. Yeah, I can't win them all. Let's do the other snake thing, because that'll probably be the next one to come off its base, or its holder. I call it a holder, it's just the lid. So when I've done my week off and I go back to work, I shall be it's a time of year when you're going to be short-staffed for weeks on end because everybody's got to use up their holidays, and the company don't seem very good at organising that, I have to say. You know, I've worked in a lot of places, and it's probably one of the most badly organised holiday leave systems going. So when I go back, someone else will be on holiday, and someone else will be on holiday, and we're just going to be short-staffed for a good number of weeks. It'll be some time before we're back to normal again. That's, of course, if I am still there even, because I am looking for other work. Something I don't mind the physicality of it. Well, the only aspect I don't like physically is having to get down on your knees to like sort out the bottom shelves and things, because my knees are shot, you know. It just hurts every time I go down. See, this one stayed on his base quite well. Quite pleased with that. Let's do one of the cultists. Straight up and down robes. The open sort of arms, A shape. Yeah, it looks quite straightforward. But you can't tell. It looks like some sort of sacrificial dagger he's holding. I don't know though. Like some ceremonial thing. I think the picture depicts him in red robes. I'm going to do like a dark burnt red. And I'll do the kind of what I think is the leader guy. I'll do him in black robes. Yeah, as suspected. That was a easy paint, easy coverage. Let's do this deep one, is it? A bit like a frog thing, giant. Like one of the more difficult models to cover. I think I might like to do him a green, like a grey-green sort of green-grey. I don't know. It's got a nice texture on his skin, so that might work. Easy to dry brush. So, yeah, that'll be good. My phone decided to stop connecting to my laptop the other day when I tried to connect it. So I had to email myself the video that was on it. It's a bit annoying, so I don't know what's going on with that. Due an upgrade anyway soon, this summer. Right. Yeah, these are going to definitely need touching up once they're all dry. I go in and do the underside. I mean, they're all going to need bits doing, like the under the side of their feet and whatever. But it's just like an awkward pose. What I would deem an awkward pose, as opposed to the cultists, which are an easy pose. Right, so there you are. Going to need a bit more. Have another touch of retarder. Mix up the paint. Okay, we're going to go to one of the awkward ones, the awkward thug people. Because the last one fell off his holder. This one appears to be okay right now. It could just be, I don't know, luck of the draw sort of thing. I think it is. Don't think it's got anything to do with the actual model or pose per se, just probably how good a job I did at securing them to the lids. Yeah, so that's that done. Oh, I was hoping to get myself a new chair last month. With my AdSense money that came through from YouTube, good old YouTube. But being in a poor financial situation, I had to use it to live on. So that was a shame. Takes a long time to get to build up anything in your AdSense. Those of you that do that will know what I'm talking about. It takes ages. So So when you miss the boat, it's a bit looser than the last one. When you miss the boat on one, it's kind of like, Let's do another coal test, shall we? Because they are easy poses, easy to paint. Let's hope they're all securely attached. It seems to be okay, but hey, over till the fat lady sings. You know, getting these primed will be a huge step towards getting them done. That'll make me happy. Well, let's do this leader guy. He seems like a strange dude. Big old long staff thing going on there. Right. It's the longest I've gone today, I think, without listening to any YouTube videos. Let's do one of these awkward ones. So they are awkward. Gonna have to turn my heater off. Too hot. Then I'll be too cold. Can't win. I think once this episode is done, I will have to think about packing up. And going on into back to the house. For those of you that don't know, my mini Warzone studio is separate from my house. I had it purpose built in the garden. It's like a big shed. I had a proper building contractor come in and sort that out for me. And my ex-brother-in-law was a carpenter and builder. And once the structure was built, he helped me insulate it. And it's got really thick insulation. Well, I lost probably a good foot, on each wall due to insulation, because keeps the heat in and the cold out. You should check out my playlist called The Studio, and on there you will see like right from scratch studio, how it was built and stuff. It's quite a good series of videos actually. I'm gonna do this dude now because he's strange. He's like a one-off, the only one you get of him. Whereas the others, you have multiple ones. I do wonder if these miniatures could be 3D printed or not. Some of the models you get for Mansions of Madness are really quite strange. Bizarre. Well, that's him done. Let's do the other awkward jobby. You just never know. Is he going to be another awkward? Is he going to be another awkward sod, or is he going to go quite well? That seems to go quite well. Yeah, that went quite well. Alright, cool. Back is starting to ache. Nearly there on the little dudes. Of course, with the Mansions of Madness investigators, I kind of did a character each video, apart from the last two, which I did together. So I just wanted to get them done. One I didn't really bother filming because she was so easy; it was hardly worth it. It seemed. That was Rita Young, the athlete. But as it turned out, I used quite a few paints on her as well, so probably could have done it on video. Not to worry. Yeah, the other, I was talking earlier about other games I fancied, and I didn't like the game mechanic with the Alien versus Predator. Yeah, Ghostbusters, that didn't seem to take off very well. The Resident Evil one is quite intriguing to me, I have to say. And the Doom board game, that looks quite good too. God, my back. Ugh. Let me go back to this. Right. Do the other awkward deep one. I think it's called Deep Ones. I'm not sure. I'll have all that info when I do my Patreon videos. Painting with patrons. I'm enjoying making that series. It takes forever and a day to upload though, being in HD, but well, whatever. I know a lot of the other people do these in HD, but I don't, because it just takes too long. End of the day with these, I like to think, well, it's about the sound, and just hearing someone else chat or yap in the background just makes you feel you're not on your own and helps the time go quicker. Leastways it does for me. So what I do when I'm painting, I just talk through my random thoughts that come in my head. Now it's just 4 cultists and the big guys to do. I shall definitely production line the cultists. In fact, what I'll probably do is, obviously I won't do a single miniature per video. I'll do a, however many there are, like there's 6 cultists I think, so I'll be doing 6 miniatures for that video, and I'll production line them as best I can. Some of them there's only going to be 2 or whatever, then I'll just pick another 2 or something, or a one off to make up the numbers. I think doing the cultists first will be probably the best call, because I can get them all looking, the continuity of them, or the overall look, they will look like they belong with each other then. Backache. See, I'm hoping to get a new chair someday and eliminate my backache. Yeah, this is so enjoyable. I love having my holiday. Being on holiday is really good. Right, last little fellow to do. As I said, I'll go around and do their bottoms of their feet, whatever. Bottom of the ankles, off camera, because there's really no need to see me do that. There we go. That. All right. Backache. Well, battery is holding out, isn't it? If it was to go suddenly now, we've had a good session of painting out the way. Yeah, so I kind of get a feel for these guys as I'm brushing around the primer here. Yeah. Just got to move the wings out of the way sometimes. Right. Actually, grey might be a good colour to do these things. Might not be such a bad idea. Wondering what sort of grey I can do. like a standard grey? Who knows? Who knows? Got some great, really great texture on these. Okay. Hopefully, oops. Hopefully this will be the last batch of paint. What time is it here? It is that time. Look at the paint over the mold lines. I'm not concerning myself with that too much. I've explained all that before. I'm just not concerned about that right now. These wings are massive. I probably should have airbrushed it, but there would have been a lot of areas I wouldn't have reached. I'm not, I don't think, going to airbrush them to paint them, because there's just so much texture here. It'd be criminal not to make use of it. Having to prime these in stages is a little frustrating. Tentacle things. These are going to be interesting to paint. I think all in all, it's going to be a very interesting model to paint. I can maybe do the outside of his other wing. Get quite a chunk done. I can move on to the other one, and then I can come back to this one, and hopefully it'll be dry enough to do another area. Hopefully. I have this urge to have an Indian takeaway for a while. I think once payday arrives, I'm gonna do it. We go on to this one. Right. See, the other miniatures drying nicely now. They're drying nicely. just like I say, there's so much detail on these. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some good results when I paint these. God, someone banging doors around. So my wife will be thinking about leaving work soon. Well, she's probably been thinking about it for a long time. I would be. I was thinking about it from the moment I get in there. It's time to go home yet. Is it time to go home yet? Okay. So the one thing really that has come out of hand brushing these is that I'm going to paint them grey. Greys. At least I think. Greys and blues maybe? Greys and blues and greens. I think that would go well. Greys and blues. I think it's supposed to be kind of like some sort of sea monster, or live in the sea, or have some sort of fish quality about them. A lot of the Cthulhu monsters seem to have that. So I think Cthulhu comes from the sea, doesn't he? I think. Don't know for sure, so don't quote me on that. I tend to use a lot of house rules, made up, well, not house rules, but made up monsters. I like making up monsters, particularly in role-playing games, because, and that's, I'll tell you why that started, because it goes back to when I was a schoolboy playing Dungeons and Dragons, trying to outwit the dungeon master every turn. It's like, you know, you are faced with a beholder, whatever, right, look up all the stats of the beholder, know it like the back of your hand. Or just in fact, one of our group, he was just a stat mathematician memory guy, you know, and he just knew, right, their weaknesses, blah 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 blah, so what you need to do is blah blah blah. And the DM he got a bit fed up with this, so he started doing his own monsters for good reason, so that we couldn't outwit him and strategize too much. And I kind of do the same sort of thing. I'm not going to do that when I run a pre-bought adventure, though. I'm going to just stick with whatever they got in there. So I've got one or two which I haven't run through yet. I might have run through one of them, but it's a job to remember what I've gone through and what I haven't. Right, I think it's probably best I leave that as it is. And take my glasses off and end it there, because they're pretty much all primed, aren't they? So yeah, I'm gonna. So look, they're there. The other monsters and that, you know, they're there. You can see them. If I zoom in a bit, you might be able to see. This is area. There's areas that need repriming, and but it's drying as well. So I'm gonna zoom out. Let's zoom right out. And there you go, guys. So thanks ever so much for joining me on this episode of On the Bench Core. Well, big chunk done there. Not very intricate at all, but you can appreciate, I hope, the need to do on the bench with that. And yeah, let me know what you're working on in the comments below. I love reading that. You know, I do. I don't know what the future is going to hold, how long this is going to take. Not long, I hope. I'd like to get back to some Warhammer stuff in the future, but I'm really enjoying this. It's different, it's just nice. I'm loving the role-playing stuff because I kind of have free reign, you know. I don't feel I have to get this or that. I just get at my leisure. And I like that. I like that freedom. So I'm just washing out a brush here as I go. I thought, kill two birds with one stone. And that, my friends. They'll all be painted. I probably won't do any more painting of them on the bench. So I'm going to save votes for my patrons. I've got to give them something that you can't get here, so I'm going to do that. But there'll be other stuff, loads of us. I've got loads of Reaper stuff to do, and the RPG stuff is just, you know, it's taking a hold. I've got some more Death Watch to do at some point, and I'd like to get them built and painted up. And yeah, excuse me. So remember, all brushes lead to war. See you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye.